Mm. You need a good muse. We got some good music. All righty. Everything is here. I say that. I hope that, really. All righty. Just edit that right here. All right. Hello, everyone. Streaming on a Friday today. Travel with Thanksgiving always gets a little bit wonky, but I was able to set aside some time today and get this going. Um, for those who have not watched Monday's stream, we finished season 5 of the save. We did not have as good a season as year 4. I think you can say that objectively and with complete certainty. Um, but, listen, you finished 12th overall. I think we had two bad losses. I think Jacksonville State, we obviously should have won. OSU loss is forgiven. We lose to Nebraska, just it happens. And then Maryland, obviously, we didn't get a 2-point conversion, and that's that. But we beat our rivalry opponent, not you, and then we won our bowl game. So I think while the season overall didn't go as planned, we had some big wins. We beat, again, Wisconsin, who they're just the best team in the history of the world on this save, and yet the two times they've gone to the championship, the only team to beat them have been us. So just throwing that out there. We're Wisconsin killers. But overall, I think a good season. Um, if you judge it by year 4, I think it's a step back. The athletic director determined it to be a step back, and we only met his expectation. Even though his goal was to win 8 games, we ended up winning 9, but alas, it is met. I think the more, thoughtful and cautious conclusion to all of this was that the anomaly was year 4, and year 5 is essentially in line with, say, year 3. And so that's where that is. But that's where we're at. So we're 5 years through the save. Our coaching stats for good old Henry David Thoreau here: 44-24 record for 64% win rate, 28-17 in conference, 62%. So a little bit worse. We are 0-1 in conference championship games, losing to USC. Bowl games, we are 2-2. We picked up wins in year 1 and year 5, and losses in year 2 and year 3. Playoff games, we are 2-1. And finally, 0-0 national championship games. We are also the 2027 both Big Ten Coach of the Year and National Coach of the Year. Players coach, we have 5 All-Americans, 12 All-Conference, 7 draft picks, and 1 single solitaire first rounder. That would be Aiden Wright. This is our coaching tree at the moment. We have had 5 coordinators that have worked under us, 3 of whom have gone on to be head coaches. I like, when a coordinator is interviewing for position, I don't like blocking them. I think it makes the save more fun to have your tree kind of spread out. Spencer Grimm went to Jacksonville State, and so far in 2 years there has gone 5-7 and 7-6. He's exceeded expectations, so I'm really happy for him. Cole Schaffer at Nevada. This is his first season. They went 6-7. We did unfortunately contribute one of those losses when we beat them 10-3 by 24 points. And then finally, former defensive coordinator Ryder Ramirez went to Northwestern, and it must be said, is on the hot seat. He went 2-10, did not win a single conference game, greatly misses expectation, and now the AD opinion of him is low. It must be said. But Ryder, I mean, look, We fired him. So I can't really be mad. I don't know why he left the defensive coordinator job at Penn State. Like, what a gig. And you're getting carried by your offense at Penn State. So as long as your defense is okay, you're good. Um, yeah, it should be said the defense was better than the offense at Northwestern. Who was Northwestern's wins against? Sam Houston State by 7 and Marshall by 7. Oh no. Oh no. I mean, I would have fired him after this game, to be honest. You're a defensive minded coach. You give up 70. What manner of school would possibly employ a defensive minded coach? No, I can't say anything. For any of you who follow or pay attention to Purdue football IRL, being an alum is hard, let me tell you. But we always have basketball. All right, let's stop beating around the bush. So, when we got to year 3, we were at the end of our contract and we signed the extension with the argument that at the end of year 3, felt we were close to competing against the big dogs in the Big Ten. And we had a really good recruiting class come in, and we thought, okay, let's do this. Year 4 is that season. We're number 3rd in the country. We make the playoff semifinals. We go 14-2, 9-0 overall. We make the Big Ten championship game. It's going great. And then we got very few coaching offers at the end of year 4. The 2 big ones that we got were Wisconsin, who, in my opinion, it's between Wisconsin and OSU for the best 2 teams in this entire save. But I didn't really want to go to another Big Ten school, and I felt at this point we could compete with Wisconsin. And so we decided to stay on for another year, and this year we took a step back, but more so we regressed to the mean. And I determined it's time to move on, shake things up. That brings us to the coach carousel. I always forget what order things are in because 2 things are fit into one tab on here, and so it does kind of confuse me. The AD would like to keep us. However, he says he's pleased with the team's performance, but I'm sure you and I agree more success is possible, which is objectively correct because we were number 3 in the country prior to this season. That said, we're leaving. So and he has not offered an extension. To be fair, it's just the same contract. I imagine if we would do better next year, we get an extension. These are the teams interested in us. The highest in terms of prestige is Clemson with 8, a handful of 6s, 5s, Of this whole list, there's only 2 teams I'm interested in. Clemson, who, for those who've been watching, since early on in the save, you'll know Clemson at one point were national champions. They won it in year 2. They've done great. However, they had a terrible season. 5-8, 3-6 in conference, despite having, the similar offense to last year, but their defense has gotten much, much worse. That's Clemson. I think if you look at Clemson, there's a couple things you like just looking at the summary. First of all, they're 8th in drives per game. If we were to take the job, that would change. But they're a very good, I think, offensive team. Their defense, though, leaves a bit to be desired. Just like us, they're not great at turning the ball, getting turnovers. They're not great at... Well, really, this is a symptom of this, because if you take so many drives, the offense, similar idea. They're really bad at stopping them on 4th down. They allow a lot of big plays. They're 93rd in the country in 20-yard plus plays. They're 90th in the country in allowing a lot of passes. There are some holes. However, if you take a look at this roster here, there is a glaring issue that is likely the number that most people look at when they first look at a team. Their quarterback play is a 78. With the exception of their punting ability, that is 5 lower than any other stat. This is Clemson's quarterback room. This is a worse room than what we have, which is my big deterrent from flipping to Clemson, is that we're going from a QB room that has, at worst, a quarterback platoon of two above average quarterbacks, and at best, a future star in Bradley Black, probably because Stevens only has 1 year left anyway. But this room is objectively better. Not even talking about Kevin Beasley, who redshirted. He has A- potential. Terry Webb has B+ potential and could develop well. Like, this room is amazing. Clemson's is so worse by comparison, it's not even funny. I don't know what I'd do if I took this over. Do I have, Zachary Romano be my starter in a transition year? I would cut 3 of these guys. I would cut John Fisher, I would cut Russell Warner, and I would cut Tobias Lofton. But even then, that would give me 4 QBs before I even bring in any trades. That's a big determinant. The running back room I like. Losing Leonard Alexander sucks. But I got Tanner Hicks for a couple years. He's got okay development. Wade Holt has great development. He's already in the overall. Redshirt freshman Brock Scales. Hello? Yes. Then they got a couple younger guys with good potential. So I like their running back room. Wide receiver core, I like, with the caveat of in 2 years it will suck because it's losing Grimes, Santos, and Rowland. Year next, it's going to lose Pritchard, Holland. It's not great. Elliott Lloyd at that point is going to be your guy, and you pray that Griffin Cooper develops well, because behind him, you got Dory Matthews with D- potential, James Ball who's decent, and then not so good potentials. Their tight end room, I like, not as much as ours. I'm biased towards some of the guys we got, but Jack Jacob, he's good. Billy Gaines, I honestly wouldn't hate the idea of moving him to O-line if that strength gets a little bit of a boost, and then these two are graduating, which is fine. O-line is, I would say, okay, with the caveat of its depth sucks. That's what worries me. I think I like, because here's the problem. You're losing Cross, you're losing Alexis. So behind Steve Gabriel Parks, I don't like any of these guys. I mean, maybe Shane Daniels gets a little development boost and his overall goes up to like a 77. Then I'm okay with it. But besides that, I mean, the depth, there's nothing there. I don't know who was in charge of recruiting offensive line the past 2 seasons. They should be fired. They have 2 kickers that I like. Randy Webster was their kicker. He seems to do pretty well. He was also their punter. He has punt accuracy of 100, so that's why he has that job. Alfonso Chisholm is objectively worse, whereas Nathaniel Calvin's a little more wet-rounded. So I think, all things being equal, I'd probably just cut Chisholm to let another school have like an 82 overall kicker, because I don't need 3 kickers. Their D-line needs transfer help, but I think once it gets that, it'll be fine. Losing Schuster, losing Fowler. You hope some of these depth guys like Dustin Beatty, Thomas Rollins, they develop well. Think that's okay, but I need like a mid-80s overall guy to help that out. Linebacker core is, I think, their best room. It sucks that I'm losing an 89 overall and an 86 overall guy, but I've got 3 80s, 2 of which will develop pretty well. A really young guy in Richard Joseph. Clayton Wilkins will probably get a little bit of a boost. But again, the depth here sucks. Whoever, it's the recruiting team for the past 2 years. Because the juniors and the redshirt sophomores were all great. But the redshirt freshmen and the freshmen, just across the board almost, not good. Their cornerback room, I like. I don't love. They do have Hunter Velasco, who many moons ago I was in a recruiting battle for, and I came in like 3rd, but he went to Clemson, so reuniting with him would be kind of fun. But again, they're losing their top couple guys. I'm not too worried about that, but it will be nice to add some help. Safety is hell on earth in 2 years because in 2 years, Ivan May, Ivan Summers, Paul Anderson will all be gone. And at that point, you're rolling with Amir Fowler and Cody Blanco, who you hope to as well. So this room kind of scares me. I don't see it as immediate need, but it kind of scares me. All of that being said, this is how it shakes out, by the way. They have no 5 stars. If you would have told a Clemson fan that, hey, you're going to win the national championship and then 3 years later have no 5 stars, they would have laughed at you, but that's where we're at. I am going to take the Clemson job. And my argument is I think this is a restore them to their former glory in the save. And I think they have the team where I can do it. I debated Boise State, who, similarly to Clemson, have had a very good save. Boise State, the conference champion in the Mountain West 3 out of 5 years. They made the first round of the playoffs in the first season, but have yet to go back. That's mainly a symptom of you're in the Mountain West. You essentially need to win out. I liked Boise State's roster when I looked at it, but I think the issue I ran into is just I would rather go to Clemson, compete in the ACC, rather than a team like Boise State in the Mountain West, where despite the fact that Boise State, has been a conference championship more often than not in the save, I think at that point, I'm almost talking myself into it, but I'm going to Clemson, I think. So, Clemson, we are Clemson bound. The AD, Tanner Ryder, is an optimist. He is not hot-headed, which is good. And these are the contracts. It's a 5-year and a bunch of 6 years. I'm just blatantly doing the 5-year as opposed to any of the 6s. So it's a 5-year contract with a 2-year double lock, which essentially means I'm at the job for 2 years. I can't be fired. I can't leave. So no matter what, I'm at Clemson for 2 years, which is good. We shall sign the deal, and I am now the head coach of Clemson. Let's go. Oh, Andre Kapoor is going to Central Michigan as a head coach. Good on you, Andre. Good on you, buddy. He was our head coach. He was our offensive coordinator the past couple years. Did great, I thought. Very, very good. He'll make a good head coach, I think. There. All right, we need an offensive coordinator. So the only 2 things I care about in this are that your run first and your offensive scheme isn't like crazy to mind. So I have a balanced scheme, but listen, I mean, you saw the running back room. It's solid. The wide receiver room is okay. So even if I get like a spread, guy, I wouldn't hate it. I mean, let's be frank here. Lucas Ramsey is the get. I'm getting 9 offense, 10 recruiting. Or no, that's training, rather. Recruiting is 4. There's no real... Trevine Whitley, I don't hate from Wake. I think that might be the hire. Or Nathaniel Scruggs from Washington State. I'm losing... Yeah, it's Nathaniel Scruggs, I think. He is a spread offense, which I'm not going to run, but he's run first, which I will take. Yeah, I'm going to give him the coach lock contract, kind of keep him here when I am. $4 million buyout to fire our current guy? Can I see our current guy? Oh, he was Buchanan. He was guy up top. What have you been doing, Mr. Oh, Mr. So Buchanan gets me 8 offense, 10 training, only 2 recruiting. I'm fine with firing him, I'll be honest. It's $4 million. I can eat that. I say it's the school who's gonna eat it. Scruggs, get in the room. Coach lock. So we fire offensive coordinator, we pay him $4 million. Done. Is what it is. All right, defensive coordinator. I am not keeping Alejandro Patterson. It wasn't good. Like there is no universe where he was good. A good choice of hire. I think I will punt on that and accept it was not a good decision. Not a good decision. So I'm not gonna retain him. I switched to a 3-4 defense. And I think that helped us a lot. So I am going to do 3-4. I don't care about the type of coverage. I think as long as you are a 3-4, I don't care. Like that's just where I'm at. As long as you're a 3-4, I don't care. I guess what am I? Aggressive zone. I mean, 10 defense is pretty good. I think, prefer. I mean, the recruiting of a 3 is low, but I can live with it. Yeah, I mean, there's only 5 guys with my combo that I want. Neither of them really have good recruiting. I mean, to get them would be D and Coke. Oh, Koch brother. I don't have to worry about funding. He's 62, so he's only going to get worse. That is something that I should keep in mind. He is only going to get worse the way XP makes. I mean, that's not real. To be fair, he locked in. He took him from 103 to 9. But he also, I mean, he isn't ungraded in schools. They reset the filter, didn't it? No! It always does that. Tristan Shepard at Houston? Yeah. I mean, Houston has not been good in this save, don't get me wrong, but I'm not blaming their defense on that. Look at that. 12th in offensive points per game, 104 in points per game. Let me free you, Tristan Shepard. Let me free you from Clemson. Let me free you, Tristan Shepard. Welcome, my friend. I will do a coaching lock for 2 years. I'll pay. Did I look at the Clemson guy? I don't care. I want Shepard. So that's what? So we essentially spent 7.7 million on buyouts. It's fine. It's fine. We're okay. Who cares? Okay, yeah, so we're going to switch this to an aggressive zone. All of that can be as it is. All right, league coaching changes. So I stole the offensive coordinator of Washington State and the defensive coordinator of Houston. If I go to the Big Ten here and look for our Purdue guys, Alejandro Patterson went from being our defensive coordinator to the defensive coordinator of South Carolina. Who's my... The DC of OSU gets the Purdue job. Marco Graves. Wow. I mean, fair enough, buddy. You get fired at Vanderbilt within 2 years. You're hired by Ohio State. You make the national championship game twice. You win it once. Fair enough, buddy. Fair enough. And then did Andre Kapoor get the Central Michigan job? Yes, he did. Cool. I'm excited for him. I think he's a think he's a really good offensive coordinator. Had he not wanted to get a new job, I would have brought him with me to Clemson. But my coaching tree expands. Oh, I have to move forward, don't I? Let us save in advance. Okay, so this is a new team. I have looked at Clemson very briefly, just to familiarize myself with a lot of the players and sort of my plan for the offseason. They're losing a lot of seniors. I'm not really going to talk about any of them because I have no history with them. However, it should be said, three of them were all conference. One of them, or excuse me, four of them was all conference. One of them was all American. Most of them have 80 or above overall and were decent contributors. So these are not like depth seniors that didn't develop well. These guys are pretty good. And they got to high overalls despite terrible potential. So this is where we currently stand as a team. Overall, it's a bit grim. Let's be frank. It's kind of a step down in summary from Purdue. But I think Clemson has an easier path to the summit of the mountain than Purdue does. And that's mainly due to the fact that in this database, Purdue is in a big division in the Big Ten with Michigan, Ohio State, and Indiana. So those players are leaving. No one wants to enter the draft early, which is great because we had a lot of juniors with high overalls that I was kind of worried about. Let's look at player transferring, shall we? Oh, boy. I hope it's not a big list, but my fear is that it will be. This one always takes a while. This advance and the advance after the player transferring always takes a while. Oh, boy. I'm excited about Clemson. Man, I really wanted to keep Andre Kapoor with me, but I can't break my rules. If a coordinator wants to become a head coach somewhere, he should be able to do so. Okay. Who wants to leave? 14 players, and by God, they're all good. Look at this list. Ooh, everybody's jumping ship. All right, let's take it position by position. Quarterback. John Fisher wants to leave. Goodbye. Have fun. Salute. I am also going to cut. Oh yeah, what are the recruits coming in? Ooh, oh God, his IQ is a 62. It's fine. I'm gonna cut. I mean, these two are walk-ons, so by definition, I should cut them anyway. If I cut all four, that leaves me with Romano to start. Wesley Seymour is my main backup, and I can redshirt one or both of these two. I don't hate that. Oh my God, we're so low. It's fine. All right, running backs. Ooh, okay. Okay. Gentlemen, let's talk this out. I think either of these could be the starter next season if they develop better, because Tanner Hicks has a low potential and his carry vision and security is both lower. What do you want? Win at least 7 games. What do you want? 30% of snaps. I mean, I can't see our schedule, can I? I feel like I can keep both of these guys. I'm going to be honest. Like, red shirt. Yeah. I feel like we'll win 7 games and you can get 30% snaps. Yeah. Because I'm operating on the assumption that one of Holter Scale, like Holton Scales would be one and two. I don't know about the order, but these guys will be the 2 and Tanner Hicks will be the 3. So he'll get 30% no problem. Win 7 games, I expect to do so. So I'll promise to keep those 2. Wide receiver group. You want more playing time. You have D- potential, buddy. Get 25 targets. I mean, to be fair, 25 shouldn't be too hard, but I mean, odds are he's going to be below all four of these guys, and if James Ball develops well, he's below him. Yeah, I'm good. Let him go. Recruit wise, I like Nasir Goodman. I don't like that his route running is a 64 and his ball security is below 50. That's not good. Do I want to cut Nelson? I mean, his 85 speed is high compared to a lot of the depth guys. If I'm losing Dorian, that gets me 9 wide receivers. I think nine's a good number. Tight end, anybody want to leave? Ooh, Billy. I mean, here's the thing, Billy. Get 20 targets. See, here's the thing with Billy. Like, Jack Jacob is good. Mark Dupree, I'm going to move to offensive line. So, Mark Dupree, treat as an offensive lineman here. I mean, yeah, I think you get 20 targets because either Jack Jacob overtakes Gaines or he doesn't. But regardless, the backup tight end will get 20 targets. And Mark Dupree's going to move to an O line. So McKinley can be our third tight end, I guess. Caden Woods. Yeah. I need to write down that I'm moving the tight end Dupree to O line, or else I will forget. I also don't know if I'll be able to get to that on this stream, but we'll see. Okay, offensive line. I saw a lot of names. Okay, only two. Well, our best guy, win at least 8 games, or I can pay him 1.4 million. 8 games? I think 7's doable. Can I look at Clemson really quick? Like the team itself. Thank you. I mean, historically they've done that. And who did they play in conference in 2027? That'll determine who they play in 2029. Who they play in conference? They played Louisville, Navy, Miami. That'll be tough. North Carolina, Virginia Tech, Duke, Boston College, Wake Forest, NC State. I mean, I think we get 8. Like, and I don't want to spend that much NIL money because we only have 6.6 remaining, which isn't great. So yeah, I'll promise you 8 wins. Gabriel, what do you want? 7? Okay. These players are just mad because what they signed on for has not happened. And I kind of respect that. Here's the thing. I want Parks. Below him is just trash. Or I can pay him 500. That's not a lot of money. How much did 1.4? I mean, I might as well promise the 7. At this point, if we don't win like 8 games, we're going to lose the locker room. In terms of O-line cuts, I'm going to be honest, this whole list sucks. However, I'm already down to 69 players before I've done any cuts. So I kind of just want to keep them and pray I get lucky on the development. And these 3 are going to redshirt anyway. So yeah, I think I just keep them. Kicker, I don't need 3. Alfonso wants more playing time. There is no point in convincing him to stay. Wait. Win. Okay. Yeah, so Alfonso can leave. That's actually perfect. That saves me from cutting him. Because then I can go with Randy Webster for 2 seasons, and then hopefully at that point, Nathaniel Calvin has developed his power enough where he can start. Cool. Goodbye. D lineman, my best guy wants to leave. What will it take? Win 7 games? Done. It's literally as simple as that. I don't think I want to cut anyone from this list. Maybe Luis McFarland, but I mean, We don't have a lot of D linemen. Thank God I'm running a 3-4. No, I mean, I'm down to 70. Linebacker who wants to leave. Lawrence, you have a D minus potential, buddy. 40%. Get out. Get off my team. All right. Yeah, linebacker, I'm going to need a prayer. I mean, I like that they have all of 80 overall. Hampton and Dodson will definitely become higher than Middleton. Richard Joseph is a good depth. Clayton Wilkins will be a good sort of fifth linebacker. And then I just pray that one of these three develops well. Cool. Corner. Oh my God. Poor scheme fit. He's not wrong. He has 73 zone coverage. What do these guys have? 79, 77, 70. I mean, here's the thing. He's going to play. Like, corner is a position I think we're good, and I don't really want to add anyone. The problem is they all want 40% of snaps, which I don't know if the top four corners will get. How much money do they want? 1.6, 1.4, and 1 million. I'm going to pay Hector his million. And my argument being he's a redshirt freshman with B plus potential, so I'm going to get more return on that 1 million than I would say for the 1.4 million for the redshirt sophomore. I'd like to keep one of them. I don't know if I want to keep both. And Zion is right. He's just a really bad scheme fit. However, 97 speed plays. So I think I'll let Gilberto Holbrook walk. I think that's my argument. Means I'm really thin at corner, which is worrisome. Safety, Cody Blanco wants to leave. I am okay with that, I think. Because I'm already bringing in Salvador Price, who is 1 overall worse. And Blanco has a 2-year head start. Yeah, he can go. And then, I mean, next year it's going to be these. Probably it'll be Summers, then Fowler, then Nelson, then one of Orion Sharp or Salvador Price. However, getting a red shirt on either Price or Matthews is going to be clutch because they're already low 70s overall, and they'll just boom. Okay. All right, that's my list. Let me remind myself my potential transfers. So of the 14, I am letting 6 walk. To make sure I have this right. So I have to win 7 games. If I don't win 7 games, I am going to lose. Oh boy, if I don't win 7 games, I'm losing 24 integrity. What's my integrity at right now? Okay. Yeah, we need 7 wins. That's the magic number. Anything else that happens is irrelevant. I need to win 7 games of football. That's where we're at. And then 8 games gets me Burns, but I'm shooting for 7. If Burns is pissed, he's pissed. 40% of snaps for Zion Blevins, I think he gets that. 30% for Scales, he definitely gets that. 20 targets for Billy Gaines, he'll get that, even if he's tight end 2, which he probably will be. Okay. So that brings me down to 72, though. I mean, that's 13 transfers. That's low. Do I really want to cut these guys? Am I really only cutting the quarterbacks? Did I really not cut anyone else, just the QBs? That's hilarious. But also kind of sad. Listen, this is my QB room coming into the season. You want me not to cut it to ribbons? Yeah, I think that's what we're doing. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. So I am letting 6 players transfer. I'm letting my backup kicker, my third corner, fifth wide receiver, backup QB, depth safety, and depth linebacker. I think that's fine. No one transferring played 1% of snaps. They were all a decimal point. So I think that has to be incorrect mathematically. Yeah, that has to be a glitch, right? Surely. Yeah, it's a glitch. Okay. So ignoring the stats, or ignoring the percentage rather, I'm losing, a dude that got 8 tackles, 2 for a loss, 3 tackle corner, QB that made 4 pound. Fine. Okay, that's that. So all in all, we are losing 10 players, 5 of which are quarterbacks. My God. Save in advance. Let the sim take its course. How long am I in right now? 41 minutes? I don't know if we're getting to week 1. That might be ambitious. It's actually probably pretty ambitious. Especially since I have so many transfers to make. I think my goal will be to make it to spring, and then anything else is gravy. Okay, transfer portal. Here's a question. Who all left Purdue? They say don't look at your ex's Instagram. Let's do it. Lorenzo transferred? Why would you let that happen? No. No. What could he possibly have demanded? That the AI was like, nah, I don't want to do it. Huh? Whatever. S. Fontrell leaves. We already knew that was happening. Jay Brandt left. That's tough. He's a good tight end. Morris is fine. Caden Kumar, I had decent hopes for, but yeah, no one else really of note leaving Purdue. Lorenzo Prince leaving is insane. What must he have wanted? What must he have wanted? Also, Jay Brandt losing is low key a big hit. I might go after him, to be frank. That's crazy. Any fun QBs available? Oh no, it's a bad year to need a QB, guys. Ooh. Oh yeah, because such great things happened when I got a redshirt freshman from Notre Dame last time. Oh boy. Hall of Fame inductees, there's your list. Obviously, Bryson Cook, the Miami God, is on that list. Good for him. Garrett Joseph, also in. Good for him. Cool. All right, let's save in advance. I didn't check to see which Purdue players have been drafted. Dang it. That's on me. That's on me. Well, actually, wait. It'll tell me, won't it? Draft picks 10. If I remember correctly, it was a similar number. Okay, off-season recruiting number 1. First things first, let me remind myself of what I need. So it's a bad year to need a QB. I am almost fine with going for Zachary Romano for 1 more year. And my argument is his IQ is fine. If his IQ does not change when he develops, I'm still okay. His accuracy just needs to go up. I don't think QB is a need this year. I think it might be a need next year. I have bigger holes to fill on this team than worrying about grabbing a QB. So I think QB we're fine. Running back, I can't bring anyone in. I've promised, Brock Scales playing time. These two will develop well. Tanner Hicks is already good. The recruiting isn't great. Terrence Tatum, I would have liked a little better potential on you, but that's fine. So running back isn't a need. Wide receiver, I don't have any promises to anyone. I like Nasir Goodman coming in as a recruit. I will try to redshirt him. If I redshirt him, though, that gives me 8 other options. I like to play 5 wide receivers, so it's these 5 on down. I'm okay with that. Tight end, remember, we're losing Dupree. He's going to move to O-line, I assume. Billy gains 1 snaps. I think tight end we're fine. O-line needs a bit of help. O-line is one that needs a bit of help, I would say. Because our depth is terrible. Like, if any of these top 5 get injured, we're dead. Just because the big disparity. So O-line, I would say even 2 O-linemen plus Jack or plus Mark Dupree, I think we're good. I think that gives me a pretty injury-proof O-line. Ezra, Ezra's a good run blocker. Daniels is a good run blocker. Okay, I need a pass blocker preferably then. What about my top 5? Burns, pass block, pass block. You're really getting by in your strength, aren't you, Joseph? Run block, run block. Yeah, I need a pass blocker. Kicker, we're fine. Webster's the starter. Calvin's the backup. D-line needs help, like in the worst way. Jorge Palmer was promised wins. I think young guy. I think Tomas Rollins needs to play. Dustin Beatty will hopefully develop well. We do have a JUCO guy coming in, but I would still like a mid-80s just bruiser of a D lineman to pair with Palmer, who is a strength god. Because after the top 2, our strength numbers aren't great. What's the JUCO kid's strength? Okay, that 91 makes me a bit happier. Okay, yeah. I think a starter level D lineman's what we need. Linebacking core, I need depth. I need like mid 70s. I don't need a great starter because I think both Hampton and Dodson will develop well into that. But I mean, again, similarly, if any of these top 4 linebackers get injured, we're dead. And Richard Joseph only played 9 games last season. I don't know how. I mean, I know how they lost. Ooh, what's his coverage numbers? Do I move Middleton to corner? 82-79. 82-79. He has better coverage than Velasco. Better than Raphael. Better than Barton. But the issue is, since development happens before positional changes, I doubt Middleton's man coverage and zone will be prioritized in development like a corner's would, which is why I'm a little hesitant to move him to corner. That said, it would help. I mean, regardless, I need a linebacker, and I would also like to bring in a corner. That said, Zion needs to get 40% of snaps. These guys red-shirted. Yeah, I think we need one linebacker and we need one corner. And then if I end up moving Middleton over, then I'm just set at corner. Safety. I kind of don't want to touch safety. And ooh. Hi. I mean, definitely not bringing in a safety, but I may move a safety to corner. Problem is, if I move like Summers or Anderson, then my corner room doesn't look great, or my safety room rather doesn't look great. But also, I have a bajillion roster spots, so I might just get creative with it. We'll see. Okay, how many roster spots do I have? 13. I have 13 spots. First things first, even though I openly said we weren't interested in the quarterback. Is any quarterback interested in us? No. The answer is no. Very bluntly. Oh wait, I have recruits highlighted. Oops. Any transfers interested? Redshirt freshman. Ooh, 90. 99 IQ is pretty. And he's a redshirt freshman. That said, we're not exactly ahead on the interest, but part of me just wants to roll with Romano for another year and see what he can do. What were his numbers so far? 61%, 3,000 yards. I mean, he wasn't terrible. I'm kind of fine with it. I don't think I need to look at. I will make the executive decision ignoring quarterback. I know I also similarly said I wasn't interested, but if there's like a top wide receiver that would love to come play with us, I'd be down. Ooh, Charles, hello. 90 speed, what was that? 82 catch versus 86, 75 catching is. But I mean, Charles. I mean, that's almost too good to pass up. I'd only get him for 2 years, but honestly, I'm kind of okay with that. Because let's see, Charles, let's say he gets 3 overall and he goes up to an 86, right? That makes my wide receiver room unbelievable. I think I do that. Charles. Carter Cole brothers. That'd be fun. Where's he from? Florida? Never mind. I hate that it resets these. Is there a lock button? There probably is. All right, we're gonna target Cole. I'm making an executive decision that I'm going for a wide receiver. O line's gonna be a big one. I need multiple O line guys. Oh, we got high interest. Ha 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 ha. Okay. I don't really care about. I would like the redshirt sophomore, just from a balancing the class standpoint. I mean, this guy is 97 interest. If I make an offer, he's probably mine. Do I just keep it simple and go with these two? 77's 89 pass block, though. That's nice. Is Brandon the one I don't go for then? I mean, he's more interest. Yeah, I think I'd go with Thornton then and Arrington. Sorry, Brandon. Oh, Purdue is in on Steele. Yeah, I think those two will be my priority. Something I've learned is to not go after too many in the same position because then you miss out on all of them. D line. 105. Oh, his strength is a 69. Why couldn't it be higher? This guy's a 90 for God's sakes. But besides his tackling, everything else sucks. Why couldn't I have a combination of you? Ooh, Samuel. Man. When none of these guys taught anything else besides block shed and tackling. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. He's a redshirt freshman, A- potential. I'm in on him all day. I kind of want to just go for all 4. I mean, 105 block shed. I don't care that I'm only gonna get him for 1 year. Like, he is ready to go. He had 11 tackles for get in the building. No. If I get it's essentially which is more value to me. Tate O'Connor, who I think is better, getting him in the building for 1 year versus Diego Guerra getting him for two? And my answer is I'm going to go for both of them. Linebacker. I don't know if I need a top guy. What I need might be like a mid 70. Oh, yep. Oh, I'm 500 behind. Really? 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 What was that guy's name? Walden? I'm just going to make the decision to take 2 stars off this list, I think. Didn't help me. Did not help me much. This is a grim list, isn't it? Yeah, okay. So I don't really want to chase any of the top guys. I think a guy like Tristan Walden could help the linebacker group out a lot. I like him. And then, yeah, I mean, that's it's kind of about where I'm at on this list, to be honest. Like Xavier Petty, I think would be interesting just because of his A minus potential. The thing that kind of irks me is that Washington State didn't play him at all. So I have no, his interest in me is 35 for God's sake. I mean, I'll go in for him, why not? Corner, listen, it's an interesting room currently. I think it needs two. I would like my cornerback room to get like 2 players. 99 interest, huh? Do I go for the 5-star kid? Give me the numbers. Ooh, yep. I don't care. I don't need to look at anyone else. Give me the numbers. Ooh, they're both really good. His man is better. Oh no. He's not as quick. His tackling is a 75, which for a corner, that's not nothing. Ooh. I'm out on Tamayo. Or Tamio, I should say. Ooh, what was that? 96 zone? Hello, Bryson Rogers. He cares about playing time, though. To be fair, so is this guy. Any, what are you, Ishmael? Dang it, Ishmael. You're killing me. Any. Is zone specialists just a dead position? Is that what I'm gathering here? The coach does not play good old fashioned 3-4 zone anymore. Is that what I'm learning here? Alex Home wouldn't be bad. I would need him to develop well, and I could redshirt him. Okay, how many spots do I have open? 13, and I have 10 guys targeted right now. All right, then in that case, who wants to come to my school? Ronaldo Lamb, give me your numbers again. 90 strength, 93 block shed. I can do a lot with 90 strength and 93 block shed. Didn't play at all for UAB. Middle Tennessee State, he did good. I'd only get him for a year. Might not be bad. Hold on, no one move. I saw 76 overall. Oh, no, excuse me. 78 overall, A plus potential, retro freshman with 100 interest. I got so excited, and his catching is a 69. I don't care. Get in the building. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. I know I said I didn't really need a tight end, but I'll go for one. I'm not afraid. Actually, that would kind of screw up my promise, wouldn't it, if I get a tight end? Because Gaines. I mean, if Gaines is two, like if Jack Jacobs, if I redshirt him. No, he's been redshirted already. Shit. Then I would have to move Dupree to O-line. Definitely. And then Gaines would be second. get his 20 targets. Would a third tight end get? Don't mind me. I'm just taking a quick gander. How many targets did Terrell get? Shit. How many targets did Calderon get? 23. Okay. So a tight end 2 would get it, a tight end 3 wouldn't. And so bringing in a tight end, then Gaines would have to be 2, and Jack Jacob gets a little bit hard done there. However, Gaines, I mean, he has 81 catching, he's 81 pass blocks, so there's a reason for him to be on the field. Okay, I'm fine with that. Okay. So I have my 12 guys. Let's very simple offer them out. If anyone is wondering why I'm using the side score this whole time, the wheel on my mouse is broken. I wish I was kidding. All right, so I'm offering all of them. That'll get me on the board. In order of care, I think the O linemen have to be first. And then similarly, I would put the best D lineman. So Tate O'Connor, then Chase, then Gary. Then I would like Charles Cole. I think he really helps the wide receiver group. Walden is there. Mansfield, Lamb, depth. I think that's my target order at the moment. Okay. All right, let's figure this out. So that being said, I can do ace, great, okay. Got it. All right, that said, these top 4 are going to get my ace pitch. And then the rest will get whatever would get them the most points. And perfectly, I end up with 12. I mean, if I get all 12 of these guys, I'm over the moon doing jumping jacks. Odds are I won't, but that's fine. Okay. Let's advance the week. Usually I do that first phase of off-season recruiting off-stream because I just don't find it entertaining to watch. Because it's a lot of filtering and looking around and stuff, and you don't really know where you stand with these guys until you hit sim once. Okay, very simple. Of the 12, how many am I ahead on? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oi, Jets the one I'm behind on. What's the interest for USC? 88 also. Right. Okay. Let's do. How many sims do I get? 2 and then signing day. Let's handle NIL now. NIL descending. Who cares about money the most relative to who am I behind on? Walden, I'm way behind on. He cares a lot about money. I have 5 million. If I offer him, because usually the AI gets to max value eventually. If I offer him 1.5 million, that's a lot of money, isn't it? I lied. You get 1 million. 1 million in an ace pitch gets me 1,100 points. I'm 646 behind. TCU has way higher interest, though. We'll up that to that. Whoops. What happened? That. There we go. Okay. Thornton cares about money. We're pretty far ahead on him. I don't think we'll need it. I'll give him a great pitch, see what happens. Alex Horn, I mean, he's not a massive need for us, just positionally wise. So I don't really want to give him money. I will give him one of my great pitches, though, since Louisiana Tech is close. Lamb, I will give him one of my ace pitches. No, I lied. I'll give him a great pitch. But similarly, I don't really want to give him money. Mansfield, I will give an ace pitch. And let's call it 500. I mean, that barely moved the needle. All right, I'll hold on him to see what Cincinnati does. They've not offered him yet, by the way. Jet Arlington, I would like to offer money to. His market value is 1.3. I'm going to offer 1.5 million. That gets me 1100. Okay. Xavier Petty, I don't really want to offer money to. I'll give him a DC great pitch though. Looks like Navy is in on him. Am I into somewhat yet? No, very and very. Okay. Um, Man, I like both these guys. They do somewhat different roles. I think I will give okay pitches to both, and I will offer both men $500,000 US. Because that gives me 500 points on each. Um, Bergman cares about money. Here's the thing. Here's the kind of awkward thing, Bergman. I don't know if I really want you on my team, but I'll figure it out. Um, he'll get an ace pitch. Not going to offer money to him yet. Charles gets the last ace, and Diego gets the great. Diego is somewhat okay. So they all at least care about NAL to some extent. I just spent, almost 4 million there. Yeah, 375,000. Okay, let's save in advance and see where we end up. Also, hold on, I want to double check the priority order really quick. On balance, I think I'd rather have Lamb than Mansfield, and I'd rather have Horn than Mansfield. Well, no, it's not true. I'd rather have Mansfield, but I think I'd rather have Lamb, just in case it comes to ties, which it won't because I'm offering 12 guys and I have 13 scholarships. So, but still, just to keep my head around straight. Points ahead. Ooh, okay, we're ahead of USC. Navy. Hello. And they still haven't offered him a scholarship yet. That's in. Oh, no, they just did. Okay, I guess it just didn't show up on there. But they hadn't offered him before. Okay, TCU really wants Walden. Where am I at with... Okay, hold on. I need a backup plan for Walden then. So let's look at linebackers again. Hi, guys. So I need 2,000 points to get in on Mason. Yeah, we need a lot. It's not great in the list. The list here is a bit grim, if I do say, and I say I do. Omar Keller could be a genuinely interesting big because it looks like he's very well rounded, similarly with Lacey and then Mason. So let's just do some math here really quick before I even deal with anything else. Let's just look at this. Okay. So if I offer Mason, that gets me 3,400. So that would bring me 1,200 behind LSU. And he cares a lot about money. So if I were to put essentially market value on the table, that gets me additional 500. That gets me 3,900, and I'm still 700 behind. If I do my ace pitch, that gets me 500 behind. If I offer my essential entire money, that gets me 300 behind. No, it's not worth it. No, that means I need to give Walden the full court press essentially. I'm gonna up his money by 750,000. That gets me 937. My fear is that that's not going to be enough. 5 for an additional 250. If I do that, gives me 1,400, huh? So I'd be 800 ahead. Let's do one more. Cool. And Xavier Petty is also a problem. Because I think my fear is I'm at risk of losing both linebackers here. I think Petty I bail on. Yeah, Petty I bail on. I offer him the rest of my money. That's 1,600. That gets me 1,000 ahead before TCU does anything. I'm okay with that, and then I'll give myself um, I'll give myself a little bit of money just in case. So I'll go 1,600. Okay. That could end up backfiring, but we'll just play it out. Okay. So that's Walden sorted. We're ahead on Jet. I think all of the closest then need to get the ace pitches, regardless of how much I care about whether they actually sign or not. So they need to get the ace pitches. And then I will do my just whoever gets the best pitch on down goes. My fear is that I'm going to lose like half of these guys because the world hates me. Just for the heck of it, actually. Sergio, buddy, come on down. Sergio, the one I want, or I mean, Xavier would just be the guy for this, but the problem is I'm too far. Navy's just going in on him. Hi there. 900 points? Cool. We'll see if that gets me in. All right, I have how much money remaining? A cool 100,000. I think I'm gonna miss out on a lot of these guys. I think it might be a very disappointing signing day. But I think I kind of have to do it this way because my argument is like, let's go to my prior order. Even if I get 6 of these guys, like if I get one O lineman, I'm happy. If I get one D lineman, I'm happy. If I get one of the wide receiver or the linebacker, I have elevated an already good position. If I get one of the corners, then I'm mainly set at corner. And then guys like Horn, Bergman are kind of icing on the cake at that point. But I think that's where I'm at. I have spent all my money, save in advance, come what may. Here we are. I am going to go by position. We were in on no quarterbacks. Who needs them? No running backs. Who needs them? Wide receiver. We were in. Who are you? Who is Ashton Sharp? Why does it say I gave you an offer, sir? I mean, I'm not in. Now I'm just confused. Never mind. I lied. That confused me. Back to this list. We're going in. From the bottom. First. Oh. I bet I know what happened. Oh, these are high school guys. Oh. Okay. So these were probably guys that the AI in the recruiting window had gone after, targeted, and then dropped. Did I get them? Any of them? Bueller? No. Then what's the point of putting on my list? How am I doing? You know, my mood is determinant entirely on how well this signing day goes. Let's start at the bottom. Sergio Gary. If we get him, he's fun depth. No dice. We lose out by 514. Fair enough. Bergman. I kind of don't want him, but sure, why not? Okay, so after Liberty, Wake Forest, and North Carolina all spend $1 million on him, they just give up afterwards. You know what? Fair enough. Okay, well, we now have a logjam at the tight end position, but I'm kind of fine with that. All right, we get Bergman, so that means definitely Dupree's moving to O-line. Alex Horn, we do not get. Louisiana Tech gets it. They offered him 400,000. He would have been nice depth at corner, but is what it is. Jeremy Mansfield. He also goes to Cincinnati. We lose out on him by 175 because Cincinnati offered him 1.8 million. You know what? Fair enough. All right, we get neither of the corners, which means I'm probably gonna have to do some finagling at safety. All right, Ronaldo Lamb. It's us or Bama. Bama. 1.4 million. Yeah, we lost too much money. I am blaming the AI during the season that spent all their money. Of course, I come in to be the hero. All right, Tristan Walden, we hope. That's good news right there. I mean, that's our probably second or third linebacker, depending on how development shakes out. That's a good get. We'll get him for 2 years. We spent a lot of money to get him, but, I mean, that's a big help. All right. Charles Cole also comes to us. All right. Ooh, we beat out Wake Forest by 33. That's a close one. All right. I mean, that's an immediate boost to our wide receiver room, and I think makes it so that if there's an injury, we're not screwed. He's also a 5-star player, by the way. All right, Diego Gary. Get in, son. Pitt offered him $1 million cash. Still can make up the difference. Similarly, I like him more than Lamb. That much is obvious. So I'd rather get him, and I do. His strength is a 90. His tackling is 85. Block shedding, I hope, goes up by a little bit. I'd like to see a boost to defensive IQ as well, but I mean that's a big get. Samuel Chase, he's gravy if we get him. Oi, we're over the moon. Oh boy, I don't know why the AI offers like almost $1 million, but then only does target player. But hey, we get Samuel Chase also. That's 2 D linemen in the room. Very, very good gets. That room is set. I'm happy there. Okay, so after just grim, these 3 don't count. I don't even know who they are. After grim results for the first 5, we're on a tear now. All right, 3 left. Tate O'Connor. If we get him, we have the best defensive line in the country. Oh, yeah, we're monsters. We're monsters. We are going to have the greatest defensive line in the country. 105 block shed, 85 tackling. Look at this. And I mean, O'Connor and Chase's, their potentials are huge. They're going to skyrocket up. Diego Gary already is an 80 overall. Yes. Okay. I think getting one of Arrington or Thornton would be good. If we get both, I'm doing a dance. Thornton, come on down. Arizona State couldn't close it. They offer him 1.4 million, but again, only do target player. We get Thornton. I think he's not really a pass block specialist as I would have liked. He's very well balanced. He's got 93 strength already. I think that's a really good get. We're only going to have him for a year, but still, he's good to have. And then the big one, Jet Arrington. Who did he choose? USC. We lost out by 52. Man, I mean, getting Thornton, this stings a bit less. But man, Losing out by 52 sucks. And we offered him slightly more money. We gave him ace pitch both times too. But yeah, they get Arrington, which good for them. I think, gun to my head, I would have preferred Arrington, but Thornton's good. Okay, so of the 13 that we were in on, we lost out on Gary, Horn, Mansfield, Lamb, and Arrington. I think that's fine. I mean, I don't really care about not getting Ronaldo Lamb because I got three better D linemen. Losing out on Arrington sucks, but we got Thornton, which mitigates that. Um, Losing out on Sergio Gary is fine. He's depth. I would have liked one of Mansfield or Horn. I think that's the one area that could hurt us next year is corner. Because now to fix corner, I may have to move a linebacker or a safety over, which could hurt that room. Okay. Pretty good. Pretty good. Here's a question. Where did Prince go? Is it not sorted by... Would have expected to be sorted by overall, but it's not, which means this will take me a year to find. If he's not on the first two pages, I'm going to stop looking. Okay, I'm not going to bother. All right, so here is our full recruiting class. Again, most of these are recruits that I have no hand in because I just signed a week ago. Team recruiting rankings. For those interested, we are 20th in the country. We have no 5 stars. We have 6 4-stars, though, 11 3-stars. So nothing too crazy. 7 transfers on the bounce. Purdue, for anyone caring, 57th in the country. 2 4-stars, 13 3-stars, 2-star, and a 1-star. Purdue, who they get in the transfer room? Tight end Tristan Scott, that's good. That replaces Brandt. It's a good get. They also got another tight end, Brandon Curry. Okay. Fill out that room. Running back, Brandon McKinney. I mean, he's not good. He's actually terrible. There's no... Why would you do this? You were the only team in on... Wow. Okay. A third tight end, sure. Though I hope they move him to O-line. Caleb Landa from IU. Oh, yeah, that's better. That's better. That's better. And that's it. That's it. Light recruiting class. Seeing all these recruits to sign that I know I'm not going to get, that I'm not going to get to use is, why did they sign so many tight ends when I signed Isaac Cox? Silly AI. Who's the worst recruiting team in the country? Central Michigan. Oh, no. Oh no. Wait. I thought Kapoor signed with Central Michigan. Did they jib him? Judge? Maybe it has the old coaches here still. Yeah, it must. That seems a bit ominous. Let's save in advance and run away from that screen. School update. Oh, God, Clemson. College life is down. Marketing is down. Academics is down. School level's down to a 44. Okay. First of all, let's pay the debts. How much money do we have left? 28 million. Cool. I had to pay 20 million buyouts. It's fine. NIL. I need like 12 million. Let's do that. Let's make it a nice round number too here. Let's give me 12 million in NIL. That's usually fine. Stadium, we are at risk of going below 10. I don't think I care though. Facilities, I need to get back up. That needs to go up to a 10. College life, I am fine with, but I can get back to 10 for half that. Marketing, Yeah, let's get back to an 8. Academics, 10 is 4. Okay, so it's a question of do I want to get back to college life or to academics? Let's do college life. So that gives me 2.17 million. What do I want to boost then? I could do academics just so it doesn't fall further. No, 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 no. I'll do. I'll do stadium, I guess. No, I lied. Facilities. Put in facilities. Yeah. All right, so that's our money. So we get facilities up to 10 now. Get college life and marketing back to where it was before, and we take the hit on academics. I'm fine with that. Here's the earnings breakdown, by the way. Clemson missed on a diamond. Hope they don't leave. I wish I could see other schools' earnings. Cause I'd like to see how much money Purdue made because I know it was a lot because we got every single booster goal. Of course we did. Why wouldn't we? Okay. No outgoing, no incoming. Cool. So we have 2 diamond, 2 gold, 3 bronze boosters. Cool with that. Realignment, no realignment will happen. For those who are new to this is using a sort of real life kind of database. So the Big Ten has 12 schools, with USC and UCLA being the inclusions. And Washington, Oregon are back in the Pac 10 now, to make that sort of math work. Clemson in the ACC, I am in a division with NC State, North Carolina, and Duke. I have the highest prestige of any school in the ACC. If I don't win like 8 games, I'm going to cry. Okay, schedule. I don't know if I want to do Georgia. Okay, let's look at this first of all. First of all, home first week is always away no matter what. And then I will make. Oh God, this is horrible for recruiting. I mean, I might as well make the Georgia one home, but this is terrible for recruiting. I'm gonna lose out on so many points. Okay. UTSA in the American Conference. I want to face a Big Ten school just to go back to where I was before. So I think I'll do a home game against an okay Big Ten school for my third one. Do I do Illinois? That could be fun. Maybe I'll put Illinois on the docket. Yeah. Let's do Illinois. I'm not going to play Central Michigan, though I am tempted. I'm just kind of looking at the prestiges. What's Purdue's? 7? Good on you, Purdue. Let's do Rutgers. I'll do Rutgers my third. I think I'm going to go strong opponent week 1, medium week 2, and then Rutgers will be my weakest. I don't think I want to play Georgia. Though, you know what? That does sound kind of fun. I would like to play, I think, week 1 away. Give me like a 7 school would be ideal. BYU Big 12? BYU Big 12. All right, so we open at BYU. We're going to see the Mormons. Have questions for them. Second one, I mean, it looks like most of the teams we play are in that 4, 5, 6 range. Rutgers being a 3. Georgia's a nine. I mean, it's a good measuring stick, I guess. Could go James Madison at the Sun Belt for 6. Nah, let's face the Big 12 twice. Give me another Big 12 school. Kansas State. Done. All right, that's our schedule. Let's look at it. Let's debate it. So we open at BYU. I mean, look, 8 wins is the goal, right? Yeah, 7 wins is the goal. 8 wins, I'm an especially happy man. But 7 wins is the goal. I think if we go 2-1 in our out of conference games, that means I need to find 5 wins from my conference opponents, the majority of which went around 500 last year. I think I'm okay with that. So we open at BYU, then home to Virginia Tech, Boston College, and Wake Forest. I would like a 3-1 start, please. Then home to Kansas State. That'll be tough. At North Carolina. It's a rivalry game, technically. It's really not. By week 7, at Louisville, week 8. Home to Rutgers. And then we've 3. This is going to suck how our home and aways are split it out because for recruiting visits, if we don't get players in early, we gonna be in trouble. I think having the week 9 is good because that would be like a lot of guys' third visit probably, but most of our recruits, it's gonna be like their first or maybe their second visit. These 2 games, week 4 and week 5, I need to get visits locked in as soon as possible. And then finish at NC State, obviously, who in this save have been very good. They've been very good this save. So that'll be a big one. Yep, I like this schedule. I'm okay with it. Let's save in advance. All right, we shall advance a year. Here's my settings in case anyone is curious. I turned off battle rubber banding, which what that is for those who play the game. If you're ever in a recruiting race and you see someone get like 800 points and below it says like times 1.2 boost, that's what that is. I don't like the boost thing. I think because I disagree um, with just what it does. Like I think if you're not in on a recruit early and often, you shouldn't be able to just snipe them essentially in the 11th hour. Now, does that happen in real life? Certainly, but I don't love how it plays out in game. So, all right, let us advance to 2029. The idea that I left Purdue for a 5-8 school is kind of crazy when you think about it. Like that sentence in a vacuum doesn't sound great, but it's fine. All right, position changes. Okay. First of all, before anyone does anything, oh, I was wrong, by the way. Position changes goes before off-season games. Cool. Okay, so this is our tight end room. Bergman is 1, Gaines is 2. Dupree, therefore, doesn't really have a role. What is his overall as an O-line? 65, dude? He would be like our worst D lineman or O lineman. 65? I guess he hasn't had. Here's the thing. I kind of want to keep him in there. Applied to overperformance due to weight. I have never seen that before. 4% penalties applied to overall performance due to weight, which is an outlier given position player height. Okay, so he's tiny. I don't care that he's tiny. His strength is a 79, and his run blocking is an 80. He's staying at no offensive line. Suck it, game. I mean, he'll be ahead of all these bottom guys just by sheer points alone. He might even get ahead of like Middleton if he doesn't like Middle. I like him better than Middleton. Maybe not Jeter, but like I like him better than all those guys. Also, so glad I got Thornton because without him, this O lineman group looks terrible. That's really so. My tight end group is a little bit of a logjam. Jeremiah McKinney will probably want to transfer at the end of the year because he's just not going to play. What's his overall at offensive line? 68 to be fair. Nah, I'll keep him there. Yeah, that's it. I am going with Zachary Romano, by the way, at QB. That was a decision I made early on, and I'm sticking with it. What is Boykin's overall as a wide receiver? 69. Nah, I'd rather have him there because if Jay Stay doesn't develop well, I have no good running backs behind them. All right. Wide receiver. I don't have any position changes written down for that. I think our receiver group is much better now that Charles Cole is here. I'm still, again, petrified of what it's going to look like in a couple years when these guys all graduate. Tight end, I talked about. O-line, I like it. The depth, again, is just terrible. Kicker, we're good, obviously. D lineman, I mean. Come on. We have so many D linemen now. Like, if I play 6, Tomas Rollins doesn't even get in, which feels tough. I could move one of them to linebacker, maybe, but usually that's not a 71 overall, 69. Okay, 6. I thought that was a higher number than 60. I was like, huh? Dustin, what are you at linebacker? 70? Okay, I'm doing that. Yeah. Yeah. That'll thin out that depth a little bit, which is good. All right, linebacker. So the big question we had was Middleton. What is your overall at corner? 80. I don't think I'm moving because especially since I play 3-4, so usually I like playing 6 linebackers. And even if Wilkins develops well, which he probably will, he's well rounded as all heck. I still don't love him at the 6th. I mean, maybe Dustin Beatty gets a decent boost, but even then, I mean, his cover skills are horrendous since he's a D line convert. And I don't know if, like, I don't know if I need him over there. Let's operate in the, I mean, Calhoun's going to be, mid high 80s. Same with Blevins. Hector's going to get to an 80. So do I really want my 4th corner, to have an 80 overall at that point? Not really. I'd rather give the reps to guys like Barton and Sison. I do worry that I only have 7 corners. However, I think the solution then is the safety room. I think that's where I'm at. So here's my thing. Is anyone an abnormally bad tackler? No. Matthews would be a 68. Price would go up. Price would become a 75. Sharp would stay the same. Cote would go up to a 78. Fowler would go up. Trying to plan the safety room in my head. I mean, I think these 3 need to stay because Anderson and Summers are both leaving anyway, and so I need Fowler to get decent playing time. He'll probably usurp Anderson most likely. So then it's a question of do I want my JUCO guy to be a 4th corner, or excuse me, a 4th safety? I think at that point I'd rather give those reps to a redshirt freshman like Sharp. So if I do that, Yeah, if I do that, I like my corner room a little bit better. Because if I play 6 corners, I like that. And I think it injury proofs that room a little bit if I move Nelson over. Cool. All right, so linebacker stays the same. I'm going to keep Middleton there because the linebacker room gets worse if Middleton leaves, whereas the safety room, I would say, stays about the same if Nelson leaves. Cool. Those are my only changes. Advance the week. And now the off-season games. Oh boy, this is always the time where I get abnormally angry at a backup running back for only getting a 2 overall. Shout out Alex Hunter. That was still the most disappointing thing I've ever seen in my life. Was Alex Hunter's off-season game that one year. The man's carrying, didn't even move. He's a running back. What are we doing? Okay, I'm glad that you can move guys before the off-season game, though. All right. Oh, let's do QB first. Ah, shit. Zachary, I'm going to be frank with you. I was hoping for better. I'm just going to be honest. His IQ is what I really didn't need to change. His accuracy was what I wanted to change, and that barely moved. I mean, good news is he has really good arm strength. His IQ is phenomenal. He's just not that accurate compared to a lot of other guys. That does worry me. I'm still cool with him being our starting QB, but let's look at some of the backups. Wesley Seymour, he is the redshirt freshman. His arm strength didn't move, which is a bit annoying, but his accuracy went up by 3, his IQ went up by 6. I'm cool with that. His ball carrier vision is up to a 74. Normally, I'd like that, except his speed is 53, so it's not going to matter if he can see the field well. I think he's an okay backup. Harrison Sharp, what about you? Ooh, never mind. Sharp's the backup, right? Sharp needs a red shirt, is what needs to happen. So Sharp already, his arm strength up to an 80. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So Romano's the starter, Seymour's the backup, Sharp red shirts. Because getting an extra year eligibility for him will be huge. Because he had this many games. Yeah. That does mean Kevin McGee is our third string running back. Or third string running back, third string quarterback. If Kevin McGee ever needs to get in and play QB, we're just running the ball 50 times. So yeah, Sharp needs a red shirt. Overall, I'm a little disappointed with Romano's gains. Mainly the lack of accuracy. Like if the accuracy went up by like 3 or 4 in exchange for the QBIQ going up by like 2, I'd be a happier man. Other than that, good results. Running back. Well, my prediction that both Wade Holt and Scott Stales would usurp Tanner Hicks did in fact happen. So that's good. Purely by virtue of, 30% snaps, they'll both get regardless. Holt has 92 carrier vision, 103 ball security. That's tough to beat, even with Brock Scales' numbers. I think we had a really good QB 1-2 punch here. Tanner Hicks himself, no slouch. 104 evasion, 86 strength. We have a 3-headed dragon at running back. Then our fourth running back, Louise Boykin, casually hit the gym, the weight room. His strength is 78. That's great. Yeah, so Tatum, red shirts, and it's just going to be these 5 all straight down. Cool. Really love the running back room. Wide receiver. Oh, no. Okay. That's good. This is good at the bottom. That's good at the bottom. The +1 for Elliott Lloyd with a potential is a bit annoying. Evasion went up by 5. That's good. Route running of 101 is beautiful. Benjamin Pritchard went up by 7. So he went from being an 82 overall and like our fourth wide receiver all the way up to number 1. 94 catching, 104, 94, 101. I'll figure it out. Yeah, the +1 to Lloyd's a little bit annoying. Charlie Cole, who is our transfer, went up by 3. His catching got a big boost. His evasion got an 8-point boost. That's good. And then, yeah, our depth guys, pretty much everybody went up by 3 or 4, which is nice. Nelson Rucker down here didn't do much. So, yeah, I think these bottom 2 will redshirt, and I'll roll with 8 wide receivers and probably play the 6. Nelson and Raphael can be depth. I'm cool with that. Tight end, this could be beautiful. Poor Jack Jacob. He's going to be a third stringer. Whatever, it's fine. So yeah, Billy Gaines getting 20 targets. I think that was I don't know. I'm not too sure about that. I mean, he'll get it. But oof. I mean, yeah, Bergman's our number 1 obviously. Gaines is going to be our number 2. I hope Jack Jacob doesn't threaten to transfer after this. Because I need to get Billy Gaines 20 targets. And then essentially when he gets 20 targets, I might just bench him. If he gets them quick enough. We might run a lot of 2 tight end sets to make that happen. Jeremiah McKinley, for his part, went up by 3, but mainly that's all into strength. Then Caden Woods, the recruit, went up by 4, but his potential went down, which is a bit annoying. Okay. Pretty good tight end gains. I mean, Jack Jacobs going to be really good. The Billy Gaines one hurts, but it is what it is. O-line. This is where the butter is breaded, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Alan Burns up by 7. Joseph Rodriguez up by 12. Francisco Clayton up by 6. They heard about this new transfer, Ricardo Thornton, coming in. They're like, hey, now don't forget about us. Yui. Rodriguez, his strength went up by 15. Run block went up by 13. Pass block went up by 7. Burns, no strength gain. However, 13 run block, 8 pass block. I mean, yes. Decent gains also from the terrible potential depth, as I like to call them. The 7 through 13 list here. Everybody went up by about 3 or 4. That said, Grayson, Jeter, Middleton, Corbin, and Wheeler's potential all went down. It's a bit annoying. And Gilbert up by 5, hitting the weights. Run block up by 8. All right. So I think O-line, usually I like to do 8. I think I'll do the same for this group, but maybe 7, just because the drop-off after Grayson is a bit much. Though Shane Daniels has similar stats to Grayson, just with much worse strength. Jeter and Middleton definitely shouldn't play. He'll get buried. But I like that. Kicker. Well, Webster, his power went up by 5 on kick power, which is great. Accuracy didn't change, which is fine. Nathaniel Calvin, our backup, barely got a boost. All right. Webster's our kicker for 2 years, and then we'll see how Calvin looks. D-line. Remember when I was going through the roster when players were leaving, and I said, D-line is good. It just needs, a couple more pieces. Well, I got 3. Oh, boy. What a list of lads. My 9th D-line has a 75 overall. My 8th D-line is a 78 overall. I'm not going to play 8. I'm going to play 7. Tomas Rollins might kill me because he's barely going to play because I'm going to go with 7. I usually only go with 6, but I mean, I have to go with 7. I mean, look, we're losing 3 of them at the end of the year anyway, so it's not going to be this great even next year, but that helps. Marcus Pierce, the recruit, went up by 5. He got big boosts to block, shed, IQ, and pursuit. Okay. So yeah, these two are red shirt. All right, that's really good from the D line. Chase only going up by 2 is a bit annoying, like in a vacuum because his potential was so high and he's only a redshirt sophomore, but it is what it is. Linebacker. Oh, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Middleton went up by 3. So to be fair, without Middleton, I think the linebacker group would still be pretty worse. Because then there'd be a big drop off after your top 4 guys. But no. Yeah. Walden, talk to me. He's 100 tackling, 91 block, shed, 87 IQ, and his strength is a 90. That was worth the investment we made in him already, in my humble opinion. That's really good. Then everyone else just got, 3 4s. Clayton Wilkinson getting a 2 is a bit annoying because I remember specifically giving him a mention when I went through the list before transfers as someone I'd like to develop well. Dustin Beatty, though, I mean, he fills a similar role. So yeah, the Hill Napier will red shirt. I mean, yeah, I like our linebacker room a lot. I think I'm still going to only use 6, and then it'll be between Sullivan, Wilkinson, and Beatty for who gets that playing time. I think keeping Middleton in this linebacker room was the correct decision because had one of these top 4 getting hurt, then we're kind of in trouble. Corners, guys. I mean, it's fine. Shiza might be a bit of an overreaction. However, Hector Velasco only going up by 2 is annoying. Rafael Sisson only going up by 1 and getting worse potential is bad. Same with Barton. Yeah, that's not good. I mean, it's not the end of the world. Our top 3 guards are all juniors, so they're only going to get better after next season. Zion Blevins once, was it 40%? Yeah, 40% of snaps. He'll get it one way or the other, but that's kind of a disappointing. Shout out to Tyler Gist getting 6 better man coverage. That'll play. But yeah, I'm almost hesitant to redshirt both Gist and Parrish because that'll only leave me with 6 corners. So I think I'll just redshirt Gist. Insert that's the gist of it. Joke here. Safety. I mean, that's good. I mean, listen, I didn't expect either Summers or Anderson to get big boosts because their potentials are so low. Amir Fowler going up by 4. I mean, that's big. His IQ went up by 10 for crying out loud. Speed up by 10. Yeah. Fowler's are the future at safety. I might start him. What's the tackling numbers? 90, 89, 81. Oh, his tackling didn't move. I didn't see that. Okay. Salvador Price. Man, he would be such a good red shirt if I red shirt him, but I think I'll get mad. I think I'll red shirt Matthews instead. Yeah. Yeah, Matthews isn't as ready. Matthews will red shirt. That's tough on Sharp to get leapfrogged, but that is what it is. So yeah. I mean, I want Fowler to be safety 2, because that should give him the percentage of snaps enough where he won't want to transfer. So that means that one of Summers or Anderson is going to be safety 3, which is unfair to them because they're both really good. But that's just how it's going to have to shake out, and then Price will be our 4th safety. Okay, overall, I'd say pretty good across the board. I think that the blemish, I think corner doesn't look great. I wouldn't say. O-line, I think is good. I got about all I could have hoped for out of these terrible potential guys. But, I mean, outside of that, no real disappointing rooms. Wide receivers a bit awkward. But I mean, if this team doesn't win 7 games, I don't know what we're doing. I don't know what we're doing, but something's wrong. All right, let's advance. Game plan install. So we are going to be a run first team. We're keeping the balanced playbook. We are going to be a 3-4, I think. Or do I want to do a 4-3, actually? Hold on. D-line, 88, and then 6th is an 80. Linebacker, 85, 6th is a 75. Maybe I do switch to a 4-3 again. If I switch to a 4-3, though, I mean, Middleton's good in coverage. We know that. Wilkinson's good in coverage. That gives him the edge over like Sullivan and Beatty for that spot. So yeah, if I go a 4-3 and I play these 6, I don't hate it, and that gets me an excuse to play 70 linemen. Actually, then yeah, we're gonna switch to a 4-3. We're gonna go with the coach preference, and then aggressive zone. Is that the right call? Can I get the depth chart yet? Yes. Hi guys. So, I mean, none of my corners are better at zone than man, which is a bit terrifying. It's fine. We're both fans of it, and I can always call more man coverage in games. That can be a manual thing. Primary pass targets. I mean, it's going to be Pritchard and Lloyd, 1, 2, and then the third I always keep it auto because I found that if you set 3, then it gets a little wonky with targeting. Okay, that is that. This is the roster. Let me advance to the spring and set the depth chart. I think I will call it there. So I want to set the depth chart now, just while I'm thinking about it. While I have my grand scheme in my head. Man, my D line looks phenomenal now compared to where it was when I got here. Okay. Let's do this. So this is my sub and backup thing. Bench all players if they get a major injury. Okay. So QB, Romano, Wesley, Sharp, red shirts. McGee's our third stringer. Running back, this all the way down. Tatum, red shirts. I think we have an awesome running back room. We're gonna be very good. Let me just make sure I want to have these set. Third down back. I want short yardage back scales. My blocker, I think I want scales, right? 83 pass block, 75, 69. Yeah. Fullback scales. That will. I don't know what that will do if I do like an ISO at the goal line. Okay, short yardage overrides fullback. Cool. All right, wide receiver. I have 6 playing, and I think that's what I want. I think the big question really. I mean, Lloyd is. Yeah, I mean, Lloyd over Pritchard. Let me do that. I think Lloyd over Pritchard, and then 105 speed from Holland is awesome. Cooper's in. James Ball or Raphael? I think I'd rather have Raphael. Sorry, James. And then Nasir Goodman, the red shirt. And then I'm also going to redshirt Nelson Rucker. However, if there's an injury, I might take the red shirt off. Tight end. Hi, guys. I feel so bad for Jack Jacob. But yeah, this is how it's going to be. Bergman up top, then Gaines, then Jacob, McKinney for depth, and then Caden Woods red shirts. That's oh boy. All right. O-line. Hi, guys. So I'm keeping 8. Um, the top 5 are set. Do I want Thornton or Clayton? The 97 pass block is good. Something I don't really care about. Parks was just 7 games, right? Cool. This depth situation gets a bit wonky. The 67 pass block from Gore is a bit worrisome. I'm going to put Grayson ahead of him. But I think he'll be ahead of Daniels, I guess. Yeah. Yep. And then depth can be like that with both Gilbert and Atkins redshirting. Cool. 14-0 linemen's a bit much. The AI signed some walk-ons, and that's fine. D-line. 7. Good God, have I crafted a D-line of biblical proportion. Let's get the red shirts out of the way. Pierce and Solomon. Will redshirt. Okay. Order of operations here. First of all, the guy with 107 block shed is number 1. I don't care. Palmer can be number 2. Walters is definitely number 3 with the 91 tackling. Gavin Simagol is number 4 over Gary. And no, Gary's ahead. He is better block shed, better tackling, better strength. The only thing I'm losing is 18 IQ, which I'm fine with that trade-off. In a similar vein, Chase ahead of Gavin. And that's where that 98 strength on Alvin too is crazy. I mean, do I like looking at Gavin, right? Between him and Tomas, I would play Gavin. Yeah. I mean, I'm losing 2 tackling and 1 pursuit, but I'm getting 1 better strength and 30 better. Yeah. Okay. Then Gavin ahead of Elijah. Oh, all right. We have really good depth at D line. It's our most injury-proof position. Linebacker, I would like 6. And let's get the red shirt out of the way. Napier red shirts. Now, this is where things get a bit tricky. So I think 1 and 2 is Walden and Dodson. Dodson's there because he has 91 tackling and he has 102 IQ. I want him on the field more often than not. Hampton is 3. Middleton is 4. 5 through 8, I can be convinced. Joseph has the best block shed, 83. He also has 94 strength. Okay, he's in. So the battle for 6th. Best block shed is Beatty. Best pursuit, Sullivan. Best tackling is Sullivan. Best strength is Beatty by a lot. Wilkinson's the only one I like in zone coverage, and he has the best IQ. Shit. I think Sullivan's 3rd in this. And my argument is I'll lose a bit of tackling and pursuit, but these guys just have better block shed. Yeah, I think it goes Wilkinson, Beatty, then Sullivan. I think that's where I'm at. I'm giving up a bit of block shed, bit of pursuit for a little bit of a better tackler, but a much better guy in coverage and much higher IQ. Cool. So between Beatty and Sullivan, I would rather have Sullivan. Cool. Beatty. All right. Corner. I have 5. I'm upping that to 6. Because I think this group is a good enough group to or do I want to do 6? No, actually. Five is what I want. Just red shirts. I'm a little afraid to redshirt Parrish and only have one depth corner. So I think for now Parrish will play. Corner wise, no one is better than zone compared to man. So that's just where that is. Zion is number 1. I don't much care about the bad tackling when I get 99 man coverage, 80 zone, and 101 speed. Talon's number 2. Between these guys, Nelson's number 3 is 94 man. Yeah. Then yeah, Hector, Raphael. Damn, do I not want to play Raphael right now? Cedric gets me 6 better tackling, 6 better man, 5 better speed, 11 less pursuit, 8 less zone. I might need his. Well, I don't need his zone coverage that bad. I'm going to start with Raphael and see how it shakes out. Safety. Okay, this is the good stuff here. First things first. Antonio Matthews, redshirt. I'm fine with having one backup safety compared to one backup corner. Looking at this here list, I think Summers has to be number 1. 90 tackling, 97 zone. That's set. Fowler, I want to be number 2 because he needs to play. And I need to see what he's got. That means unlucky for Anderson. That is 92 man and 91 zone have got him 3rd. Price is 4, so he's not going to redshirt. He's going to play. Because I'm losing both Summers and Anderson anyway. And so I'd rather him get a little bit of reps now. And then him, Sharp, Matthews can kind of fight for depth. Fowler develops well. I bring in like his transfer safety and I'm good. Kickers, obviously, Randy. He's going to be our kicker for 2 seasons. And then if at that time Nathaniel's ready to step up, we do that. It's also a better punter. Return specialist Holland with his 105 speed. I agree. Okay. That's that. That's where I'm at. I like the list. We're not a very senior heavy team, which is good. We only have 12 seniors. The big hits after this year, we're losing our 3 of our 4 best O linemen, and we're losing 3 of our best 4 D linemen. Safety, I don't see as a big of a hit because we have enough. Fowler's ready to go. These 3 will be good. That's fine. But yeah, losing the O lineman, losing the D lineman is going to hurt. We'll see how that goes. Overall, I really like where we're at. We're a much improved squad from the Clemson squad I came into. We have 1 4-star, 1 5-star, 46 4-star, 33 3-star. I like our team a lot. I think my decision to go to Clemson might be a bit kind of questionable, but 1, I wanted to leave Purdue because I'd been there for 5 seasons, and not that it had begotten stale, but I wanted to play for another team, or coach another team rather, and I think Clemson provides a unique opportunity where, they're in a different conference, they have won the whole thing, and then in the past 3 seasons, all they can say is, hey, we won 10 games and we won a bowl. So we need to get Clemson back to the hype. I don't believe I have AD expectation in yet. I do not. And I've made a lot of promises to these guys. Most of them are just win X amount of games. So if we don't win 7 games, I may have a revolt on my hands. My integrity will get shocked. I think, honestly, out of all these, the one I'm in danger of not getting is the 20 targets to my backup tight end, in all honesty. Scales will get 30%. He's my backup running back. Zion will get 40%. He's our starting corner. Those two are automatic. Odds are we'll win 7 games. 8 might be pushing it, but we'll see. So that leaves us in. We do have, it looks like, 6 players that could be draft guys, half of whom are leaning towards draft. We'll see what happens there. I'm excited for this first season at Clemson. My personal expectation is to win 8 or 9 games. 9, I think, would be pushing it. 8 games is my goal. Win 8 games, win a bowl game. Next year, aim for the playoffs. I think we can do it. So next stream will be on Tuesday. I streamed on Monday and Friday this week because of travel stuff, but next stream will be on Tuesday. I'm going to get through my least favorite part of the season, which is the preseason, spring, and summer stuff, and then get through a handful of games, see where that's at. I am excited to get into it. Thank you all for watching, whether you watched live or on the VOD, which again can be found on Twitch or YouTube. But thank you all for watching. I will see you next time.